Hi, my name is Charles St. Louis, and I'm with Livos. Livos is a natural linseed oil for wood finishes, and we're partnering with Leisurecraft. And I have Mark here from Leisurecraft.
Yes, that's great. Thanks, Charles. I'm really looking forward to working with you in these products. Leisurecraft makes premium outdoor saunas, and we are looking for stains for the exterior and the interior of our saunas. These are $10,000, $20,000 saunas, and the customers really value this is an asset. And we're trying to protect it. And now we've partnered with you guys to help us protect the inside and the outside. So you have an inside version and an outside version. Is that correct?
Exactly. Now, Livos, as I said, it's a natural product. It's made from nature, and it's been around since the 1970s in Germany. It is manufactured in Germany, and we distribute it here in North America. Now, it is, as I said, it's made from nature. It's non-toxic. It's food grade, so you can lick the interior and the exterior of the saunas once the oil is applied. That's no issue.
Okay, Charles. The good news is we've always kind of stayed away from staining the inside of a sauna. Because of the products that were available. We really discouraged that. But now with you guys, we now can stain the inside of the sauna. Is that correct?
Exactly. Now, the question is why?
Yes.
Why would we apply any type of product over the wood inside a sauna? At the end of the day, again, we talked about the fact that it's a nice investment. You want to keep the sauna for years to come. Sometimes you've seen different problems that may occur, like with the dripping of the water. Exactly. You want to eliminate that, and people are sitting on the benches and so on. So, I mean, at the end of the day, to be able to keep it nice and protected, we at Livos have that interior saunas oil that was manufactured for that specific purpose. So, and it is a base of linseed oil, castor oil, and there is a natural resin. Again, it's all 100% natural. So, you sit in that saunas, you crank the heat up 30 minutes, you sweat your life, but at the end of the day, it's not harmful to the human body.
So this goes into the wood. It doesn't sit on top of the wood.
Exactly. It's a penetrating oil, so it really penetrates in the wood and it seals the wood completely.
Okay, so we have 4 different stain colors. Is that correct
For the exterior?
Yeah, oh, for the interior and for the exterior?
Only a clear color for the interior.
Okay, that's great. So only clear for the interior.
Yeah.
So it'll basically keep looking like this forever, right?
It will keep looking like this, but it will bring the colors of the wood a little bit more intense.
Oh, okay.
It won't stay as light color. And we'll show you an example once we apply the oil on the interior.
Okay, so and we're doing everything: the benches, the walls, the ceiling, the floor.
Exactly. Everything you see here, we apply 2 coats of oil.
Two coats. Okay, so we do this, we build it, then you come in and stain it. Now, what about the temperature? Can you do it any time of day? How does that work?
Well, we suggest to wait for a good day. For us living in Canada, we don't suggest to do it during the winter because, it's cold, we have snow, and it's crappy. We like the warm weather. But it's good to apply it during the warm weather, at least 10 degrees and more. For Americans, 45 degrees Fahrenheit and more, approximately. So, and you have to make sure that it stays nice like that for the entire day. Again, as we talked about, you have to apply 2 coats. And then keep the door open so that it dries.
Airs out. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also you'll find out that it has a smell to it.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people like that cedar smell, but that cedar smell is going to come back.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, because people do like that smell. Okay.
Exactly.
So it's just a temporarily gone and then comes back.
Exactly. For maybe a couple of days, couple of weeks. It all depends how it breathes.
Okay, perfect. So how are you going to do it? Are you going to do it with a brush or how are you going to paint it?
Actually, we can use different ways. We suggest either a brush or a roller.
Okay.
You can also spray it because the oil is liquid enough to be able to spray. But for this purpose, for this sauna, for training purpose, we're going to use a brush.
Okay.
Now, I have a 4-inch wide brush. You can use a 6-inch. If you can find in the store a 12-inch, you can use that too. It'll go faster. But at the end of the day, a good 4 or a good 6-inch brush will do the work.
Okay, perfect. So now are you going to get started with that? To
Yeah,
start doing
exactly. I'm gonna go in, and I don't crank it up. You keep it the way it is.
that? Okay.
Because you don't want to sweat your life,
Right.
And then, as I said, you just open up your can of oil. We use the mill dust for the interior. Now, once you open the can of oil, that's a 2.5 liters, and for Americans, it's the 2.5 liters. I don't know what it is in gallons. Anyway, so you open it up. You make sure that you either shake it well or stir it, because as we talked about earlier, the mixed inside the oil is a blend of linseed oil, castor oil, and has some natural resin. So you want to make sure that all the natural resin and everything is blended within the oil. Okay?
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so that sounds great. Okay, so I guess you're going to get started.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
So as you can see, we're doing half of the interior of the sauna, so you can see the before and after result.
That looked pretty easy. It looks fantastic. So now you've done one coat.
Yeah.
Now what happens?
Well, actually, you have to do 2 coats just to make sure that it saturates 100%. Because once you apply the first coat, the wood saturates at around 65 to 70%, and then the second coat, you go up to 100%. You'll find that once you apply the first coat, the wood absorbs a lot. But once you apply the second coat, then it won't absorb so much, okay? Because the wood is already saturated.
Okay, so you wait, so you do this, and you have to wait 8 to 12 hours before you do the second coat.
Exactly. For it to dry, again, you keep the door open so that it really breathes.
Okay.
Okay. Once you're done your job on the first coat and on the second coat, okay, you clean your brush with a thinner. Okay, you can use any thinner or one of our thinner or whatever.
That's it. So
That's
what
it.
we done with
After
it.
after you're done on the second coat,
It's
you
time
wait
to
8 to 12 hours and time to
enjoy the sauna.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, do you think it's an inside? How long would it last till you have to redo it? Is it a 5 year, 3 years? What would that be?
You'll see, like once it start losing its sheen and its efficiency, at the end of the day, each sauna will be different, but you'll see it.
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine for years to come.
Years,
At
okay.
least 3 to 5 years.
Okay, perfect.
But some people can last even longer because again, it's a cleaning thing and it's a usage thing. If you
Okay.
don't go in and you don't clean it that often and you don't use it, I mean, it will last longer.
Right.
But if you clean it often and everything, then you always wipe off a little bit of that surface protection.
Right.
It stays in the wood. It
Right.
did penetrate in the wood, but it leaves that surface protection. So you're getting rid of that slowly.
Right.
So it's not giving you that full protection, and you lose that sheen to it. Okay. So you would just have to reapply 1 coat of oil. Now the advantage is, I don't know if you had the experience before with a deck or any piece of wood outside. If you want to reapply a coat, you have to resand the entire thing.
Yes.
And then apply a coat.
Right.
It's messy. You have to use the orbital.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
terrible.
It is terrible. Okay. In this case, you just have to clean it. We have a soap. It's called the Glue Rust. It's good for anything outside. Once it's clean, then you just reapply a coat of oil, and that's it.
Okay.
So keep in mind, you won't need as much because the wood is still saturated.
Okay. Okay, one more point. If I've had my sauna now for a couple of years,
Yep.
and now I'm deciding to stain it. So I just clean it, and then I can stain it. No
Exactly.
sanding, no nothing, just clean stain.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. That's great.
So it saves you time, effort, steps that most people don't like to do.
Okay, time to enjoy the sauna.
Exactly.
We are here with Livos. Now we are going to stain the outside of the sauna. So we've got a sauna like this, a beautiful sauna from Leisurecraft. And we want to protect this. We want to make it last a long time. But we also have an option now to have different, it doesn't have to be like this. We can have black or other colors to stain it, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So how does it protect? What does it do on the outside?
Well, one of the the biggest problem with an exterior sauna is the sun. Okay,
Right.
the UV rays, it can do a lot of damage. If you leave it on bare wood, even a beautiful cedar sauna will turn over time, to darker colors like black and
Gray, a little bit gray.
exactly,
Right.
exactly. So if you want to keep that beautiful color, we suggest we have 4 colors to choose from, and today we're going to be doing this one here with a black. Again, same idea, very easy to apply with a brush, a roller, or you can spray it. The black or any colors, you do 2 coats. Again, you wait 8 to 12 hours between each coat. Now, as we talked about, the fact that it's the UVs are very, very strong on the exterior saunas, especially when it's exposed all year round. You want to be able to protect that. Livos offer that protection in an oil. The recipe it looks similar to the interior one. It is a little bit different because it's giving you that UV protection that you need.
Right.
Okay, so you have everything in there, easy to apply.
Okay, so now if we get the sauna like this, is there anything to do before you start sustaining?
It's brand new, okay? It comes from Leisurecraft. It arrives at your house. It's built. It's good to go. You just have to make sure that there's no dust or there's no, make sure that it's clean at the end of the day. And then you open your can of Alice, and like we talked about, because all the pigments and all the resin and everything is at the bottom, you want to make sure to shake it or to stir it so you really blend everything together, okay? Once you open it, then you'll be able to apply with a brush or with a spray everywhere. You talked about that the fact that the roof is finished with a different product.
On this sauna?
On this sauna.
Some of them are fully
Okay.
wood. It depends on the sauna you use.
Okay, okay.
So obviously, if you go with something like a barrel sauna with the top, the sun is fully on the top, that's gonna get a little more UV damage or whatever you call it.
But you apply the Alice everywhere you have wood.
Everywhere you have wood.
Exactly, exactly. So in this case here, I won't have to go up on a ladder, so I don't have to do the roof,
Right.
but we can do the entire walls and exterior.
Okay, and what about if I have my sauna now for 2 or 3 years, and now I go, you know what, it's a little gray, I want to stain it, what do you do?
Well, good question. Again, we have a soap that you can use. The soap is very concentrated. It's a pH neutral soap. It's very important that it's pH neutral, so it's not very abrasive, and it's killing your wood and the protection that you're applying to it. So you want to clean it. Right. Just make sure to clean it. Go back to bare wood. If you use the black or any of the colors that we suggest, then it's easy. Just apply it, and you'll see that it will go over the wood and it will protect. And so it's not too late after 2 or 3 years of being on bare wood, in the sun.
Perfect. Okay, one more question before you get started is, I get my sauna today. Can I stain it right away, or do I have to leave it exposed to the elements for a few weeks, or as soon as I install it, I can stain?
You can stain right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
The only thing is that you have to make sure that, again, you're not doing it while it's raining or it's snowy, or, it has to be over 10 degrees outside, right. 10 degrees Celsius, or around 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And but as soon as you receive it, you can apply 1 coat of oil. Right. Again, you have to wait 8 to 12 hours between each coat.
Right.
And you just have to make sure that it's good to go and that it's dry outside. And again, you don't do the job quick in the morning between 2 rainstorms. You want to make sure that it's not raining in the next
weekend,
8. Exactly. Okay. It's not raining in the next 8 hours. Okay.
Okay. So Charles, I don't know how much stain to use. So is there a recommended amount of stain, or how does that work?
Yeah, actually, you can use, say, 2.5 liters to cover around 200 square feet for the first coat. Okay. And then the second coat, you'll cover the rest. Okay. So you can cover with a 2.5 liters around 350 square feet. Okay. With 2 coats.
Okay, so we'll figure that out. So generally, you're going to need 1 or 2 cans, basically, to do that, right?
Depending on the size of the sauna, for sure.
And when you're finished, you just store it inside somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. Don't leave it in your shed, especially up in Canada where you know that it will freeze during the winter. So you leave it somewhere in the house, you know, somewhere dry.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's great. Okay, so now we know how to do it. You're going to get on the staining. I'm excited to see how this looks. So you're ready to go?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Charles, the first coat is done.
Yes,
Looks
yes.
fantastic. Look at it. I love how it looks.
And it will look even darker with the second coat.
Right.
Yeah.
8 to 12 hours, sunny day. That's when
Exactly.
you got to do it. Okay, so now, once you've done the second coat,
Yep.
what do you do now?
All right. So after that, you're done. You enjoy. As we said, you keep the extra oil that you may have left in your house, let's say, in a dry environment with, you know, pretty much the same temperature. Let's say you've been using now your sauna for a couple of years and you see that it's getting more worn out, not as, you know, rich colored and so on. So you can clean it again with the pH neutral soap that we have, the Livos. And then after that, once it's dry, then you can reapply one coat of oil. And as we said, you know, the wood will be saturated, so you won't need as much as the first time you apply the oil. So you can apply one coat of oil. It will refresh. It will add that extra protection, especially for the exterior with the sun and the UV rays. And then after that, you're done.
Okay, well, that's nice and simple.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to leave. You're going to do the second coat tomorrow. We're going to
Exactly.
show it on this video how good it looks with the second coat.
Yeah.
Thanks. We look forward to a great partnership with you. And for you guys, hopefully you enjoy your sauna for many years to come.
All right, so we've done 2 coats on the interior, 2 coats of the exterior. Now you can enjoy your sauna. You're good to go for years. And again, just keep it clean once in a while. And after a couple of years, once you see that it needs refreshing, you can just reapply one coat and that's it, you're done.